How's it going, guys? Today we're working on a 1998 Mustang GT. If you guys want to know the story about this car, that'll be on another video. I'll just summarize it for you guys. I crashed this car, then I built this whole car as a rolling chassis. Car sat for years, and then these coilovers that I have on it currently was on it for years, and then it sagged out. And I just bought brand new coilovers, and I figured, why not put some brand new ones on, right? And yeah, that's what the video is going to be, and let's get right into installing. Because I worked on this car so many times throughout the years, I have to figure something out about the frame, because it's a little bit dented. Because I just kept on jacking it up and everything. So what I do is when you jack up these cars, you can put it right onto where the cross member is, right? And not that many people know that. And obviously I have to refurbish this whole cross member, but I'm thinking of going tubular anyways. So when this comes out, that will be on a future video of installing that. Got that off. Got that off. Then, uh-oh. That's not good. Coilovers should never be this loose. So something's going on within the bushing. That's not good. Looks like the bushing's all beat out inside. I didn't have time to look at it when I was putting this car together, because I was just wanting it to run, and I had to get it on the dyno. It's been a very long time since I did struts on this car, so I'm just trying to remember how this all disassembled. Something's going on with this strut, or coilover, I should say. Grab it. Might have to grab it from the actual shock from here. There we go. Well, this ain't good, guys. Look at that. Just beat out, so I'm gonna go look to see how messed it is. So this is the right side here. I don't think we really need the camber adjustment plates, surprisingly. Doesn't even look like it. I had to run out to get a file here, and then looks like I probably have to mask this off and tape it to paint here, or later on there's actually supposed to be a black plate that sits here from OEM, and I will be continuing on doing videos for this car, and I probably have to go to a wrecker and find one. And this is the comparison to this one to that one. And obviously this one's a bit smaller. And I don't know how low it's gonna go. So maybe I'll just leave it the way it is right now, and I'll just match it off of this one like the other one. So I'll just have to count the threads here. And for some reason, like, I don't know what Maximum Motorsports idea was when you get coilovers or struts for this, but like, look how tall that is. And sometimes people have issues with it hitting the hood. I actually did have a problem with it hitting the hood. So I don't know if I'm the only one that it happened to, but I think this would be the better option. Get here. I already set the height, and we have to adjust it accordingly when the car is loaded. Before you install these, you want to make sure these are tight. Yeah, they're tight. Nice. And hopefully I don't have to mess around with that hole, just like the other time. Okay, well, we lost the nut. There we go. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Put it back on. Out to lower the car, and hopefully it's not too bad. I still have to do adjustment, but theoretically I still want to do a little bit of things still, so there'll be a lot of adjustments that I would have to do off camera. But just for now, I just need the coilovers on the car. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. Is that too low? So the camber is too much for positive. This side is a little bit too positive. So we got to go more camber. But let's make sure the ride height's fine. So something's going on with the caster on this end. Because how far is this end? 6'9". Yeah, so the caster, something's going on this end. So theoretically, this needs to be moved. This needs to move forward. So this could be even a control arm issue, not even a strut issue. Because this side probably still has to settle. That's why I'm not adjusting anything. Oh, you know what? This is actually not too far off. Hold on. 6 3/4. And what's this side? Nope. It's about the same. But it looks like we have a bit of caster issue. So we gotta make something work. You can see that tire stick out from there. See that? Then you look on this side. This one's a tad in, that's what I like. You can barely see it sticking out. Just keep in mind that just because my coilovers came out of the box like this, and it's off by a bit and it's different than the other side, does not mean that your coilovers or Mustang will be the same. Because I could go through a whole spiel of how cars get built or the life of the car. And what I think this car before, it has a little kink in it maybe somewhere on the front C-clip when I was putting this car together. But that being said, just because I did this doesn't mean it's going to be the same thing like your Mustang. You got the rear end jacked up. And there's a trick with these SN95s. You don't really have to take these wheels off sometimes, depending on like how comfortable you are. And there's a thing with me where how to check if the height of the tire, so you don't have to keep on putting it on and off. So when you jack up this jack, you could actually technically kind of get it roughly to where it's supposed to be, just so you don't burn time. But I'm going to take off the wheel for you guys, just so you could see from here when I'm working under there, so you can see everything that I'm doing. So it goes like this. I hope it's not slammed to the ground, because that would suck. So, what I'm assuming, this will go like this. And for this, I have no idea. Because, unless somehow I could get it on, but... I'm really surprised it could stay on that, like the shock won't fall out. And that's why I thought this would just sit in it. But what do I know, right? Yeah, I guess that's how it sits. It perches, and we gotta measure these things. Keep in mind, this will not be the final adjustment, because I'm going to be playing around with this coilovers time by time. So which one's the lowest? We're going to try to adjust it to the lowest a little bit. We're just guessing, right? Gotta time these when it's on. That's it? Crazy. And that's freaking tight, my boy. Okay. So now, we'll force these shocks on. Oh shit. Springs are out of place. Yeah, there we go. I would like to refinish my my back of the Mustang here, but I just never had frickin' time. Never. So And there you have it. The shock is unloaded without the jack and everything, and it's holding it still. And the shock doesn't move. I move that around. That's perched really nice, and yeah. We'll see how the other side goes and put the wheels back on. Okay guys, after you're done installing the shocks, technically the coilover, you want to make sure you tighten the knuckle, because if you don't tighten that knuckle, you might be having a fun ride. How about that? Make sure those knuckles are tightened too. And now we put on the wheel, and hopefully it doesn't bugger up the fender. And I'm just guessing the height. There's not really any, how would I say this? Not that much instructions on these Pedders, because what I've seen recently is it came into the US. Not a lot of people locally here know what Pedders are, because everyone has E-Bach or BC coilovers and all that stuff. But yeah, hopefully it works out really well. It's gonna be like trial and error. And do keep in mind though, when you install coilovers, you do not want to set your final adjustment, because you want to set it a little bit high, and then you have to drive it for a bit, let it settle, then do your final adjustments, right? Because it's brand new. The hydraulics or whatever within the shock has to wear in, right? So kind of go from there. So anyways, I'm gonna put it on the wheel, and then hopefully it looks really nice. Okay guys, here is the fun. Nope, I gotta jack it up higher. Okay, here we go. We're gonna lower it. And make sure it doesn't fucking squawk too hard. Holy shit, guys. That is freaking low. Oh man, that's way freaking low. So, like I said before, guys, I just was experimenting with everything, right? So maybe I'll keep this height, this gap, and then I gotta mess around with my rebound, because with my rebound and everything, and I gotta mess around with the spring, because I'm probably gonna take this drag racing. So I don't want it to curb up on the fender lip unless I get this rolled. That's a lot of freaking, yeah, that's like 2 fingers, my guy. Holy. So I go on this side too. Yeah, this side still has to settle. That's 2 fingers. That's crazy. But then, just keep in mind, we still have to think about pinion angle. And I know this is off the topic, guys. The whole rear end, well, not the whole rear end, I would say the upper control arms, they're adjustable. So I had to set the pinion angle, and when you lower the car, just remember, you're affecting pinion angle. And if that pinion angle's bad, you're going to be wrecking a lot of stuff, guys, right? So, anyways, I think that's the majority of what I'm going to do for tonight. I'm going to let this settle and see how it goes. I'm going to try to adjust the the shocks to all the way soft because I want that to settle. I want that to settle. And yeah, guys. Yeah, that looks really good. Well, I hope you guys liked that video of the SN95 coilover installation. And yeah, there's going to be some adjustments and everything. I'm not going to record that part because unless you guys want to. If you want me to put another video on how to adjust them, you can put it in the comment section. But it's pretty straightforward, right? Setting your preload, setting your height and everything, and setting your rebound. But if you guys are interested, put in the comment section below. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And like always, stay tuned. See you later.